Hey everybody, AmpRepairGuy.com, also HarbachElectronics.com, 203-892-4119. So back to work over here. We have a Al811h Ameritron in for repair. Had an 811 tube flash fail. So this one was made in 2022, the end of 22. So December 1st, 2022. They used the old pink resistors in this. I remember being told that they ran out of the black ones, so they had found some pink ones and they used them. So I always unsolder one end and check them, see if they're within tolerance, and they are. So I'm going to pull them out, put the proper ones in so the caps are okay. Meter protection diode is shorted. One of the leads on the plate blocking caps was broken, so I'm going to replace both of these caps, brand new ones. One too many turns for the parasitic coils. These were taped up also. I didn't untape this side, but the same. So I'll remove one turn from each coil. Straps are super rigid, so I'm going to replace all 4 straps. I haven't seen this before. They have a 12-volt fan in here. It's operating off of the low voltage winding. 2 resistors in series to drop the voltage coming off the supply. So I'm going to put the proper fan in. I will remove the 10 meter mod wire. I keep getting text messages, sorry about that. Remove the metal oxide varistor off the board, the gas discharge tube off the board. Pull the socket assembly out, ground the grid connection for each socket right to the metal. Compress the socket clips. The gas discharge tubes underneath, 1 per side of the parallel filaments. 4 tubes, so 1 filament per tube. So I only need 1 per side. Replace the SO239s. The input one is really tight. The output one isn't as tight. These always fail, so I always replace them. Cheap insurance. You just never want an open on the output. Just one and done. That's my motto. So I'll clean the input rotary switch with deoxy gold, output rotary switch, less band switch with deoxy gold. Tighten up on hardware, fix solder joints. Look, see the plate choke is loose. I always put the longer screw in. Clay didn't come out. So that's about it for now. So stay tuned, and I'll see you guys soon. Please like, share, and subscribe. I'm chugging away here. I'll go over everything I did after. Started doing work on the parasitic board. Always mark the coils before I cut them. So I noticed one of these resistors is like cracked. I was going to change them anyway because, again, they ran out of the parts they usually use and they started substituting other parts. So other values and types or whatever. So you can see it cracked down it on the center right there. So replace those 4 resistors and cut the coils, and I'll show you the straps here. Very rigid at the end. So I'm going to get back to work. See you guys soon. Stay tuned. Okay, so brand new SO239s are installed. They come from Max Gain Systems. Great people over there. Remove the metal oxide varistor off the board, also the gas discharge tube and the wire for the 10 meter mod. Tighten up on screws. The nut for the tank circuit connection on the back of the air variable capacitor. The plate on the plate side was loose. Other hardware was loose. Zip tied the wiring over here. Had no zip ties. Put the proper fan in. It's all done up nice. Wire zip tied, soldered to the board. So the grid connection for each socket is now directly connected to the metal. A couple of the nuts were loose, so it's not good. You never want an intermittent grid connection. Added the gas discharge tubes. All 4 tubes have their filament in parallel, so you only need 1 per side of the filament, so you only need 2 in total. So that's all set. Put the longer screw in for the plate choke. Placed the zip ties on one side for the neutralization transformer. It was actually snapped. Tightened up on these standoffs. And it's ready to reinstall. Okay, so I'll see you guys soon. Stay tuned. Okay, so we're back with the completed Ameritron Al811h. Customer wanted to see it working on 20 meters. So he gets to see that for free. I don't charge any additional fee for the power test. I always do a power test on one band of the customer's choice. And check for the rest of the amp's proper operation also. Okay, so sorry for my creaky chair. So you guys probably know the drill, but I'll say it again. Bird 43 with a Bird PEP kit. 1 kW slug, 2 to 30 megahertz. So a 1000H going into a Bird attenuator load. I just have the radio set to audio hello. Hello, hello, hello. I don't know, roughly 70 watts or so. The amp, audio hello, hello, hello. Audio hello, audio hello, hello. See, it's doing a little over 800 actually. Turn it down a hair. I turn the radio down just a hair. Audio hello, 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 hello. Audio hello, audio hello, 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 hello. Tit 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 tit. Audio hello, hello, hello. Audio hello, 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 hello. And it is working as it should. Works as it should. Got a brand new set of Penta tubes. Awesome, awesome company. Okay, so there are the settings. Okay, so I'll go ahead and finish testing the upper bands. I'll let it cool off, unplug it, and show you the inside. See you guys soon. Stay tuned. Okay, so here's the inside. Again, brand new set of Penta tubes. Awesome, awesome, awesome company. I only use 572s. The 811 tubes, the imported 811 tubes, I just have so many problems with them. Years ago, I just said no more. So 572s are direct drop and replacement, and we don't have the problems with the 572s. So I've said it before, and I'll keep saying it now and then. Just 572s, just great. So anyway, I'll show you all the parts I took out. Here are 3 of the 4 parasitic suppressor resistors. I don't know where the other one went, like broke apart when I took it out. Bleeder/equalization resistors, the short screws, I always replace those with longer ones. The gas discharge tube, metal oxide varistor, one of the plate blocking caps. I don't know where the other one was. Here it is. There you go. Okay, so I went to turn it on. I heard this noise. I thought it was the fan. I thought there was something wrong with the fan. But there was an issue with one of the resistors for the bias modification. These resistors put the tubes into a harder cutoff. It's a voltage divider, and they feed voltage back to the cathode, so increases the stability of the amplifier when it's unkeyed. So one was leaking or something. I heard it was like a weird noise. It was like a, I don't know, it's hard to explain, but it was like a kind of like you shut it was like a slight buzzing noise, like a voltage breakdown noise, but you know, when I shut the amp off, it would slow down. So I'm like, what is going on? So I started diagnosing, trying to figure it out, and I thought maybe a bad filter cap. I'm like, oh no, is there a bad filter cap? But no, it was just one of these resistors. So anyway, that's taken care of. I put the new resistors in, the new bleeder/equalization resistors, obviously the new resistors for the bias modification, new meter protection diode, got the new resistors on the parasitic suppressor assembly. I cut one turn out, that's all set. New plate blockers. You saw what I did below the sockets, you know, the 2 gas discharge tubes, connected the grid connection right to the metal, and longer screw in the base, like I said before, longer screw in the top. Tighten up on all the hardware, fix solder joints, new fan. Clean the rotor switch in the back, rotor switch in the front. Place the broken zip tie for the neutralization transformer. Added the zip ties. Just lots of little things. New straps. Where are the old ones? Oh, here they are. I think I showed them before, but now that I have a nice clean bench, stuff doesn't get lost in the abyss. So there are all 4 of them. Wow, amazing. So that's about it. So if you need an amplifier repaired, feel free to give me a call. Phone number is 203-892-4119. Websites are amprepairguy.com and also harbachellectronics.com. Please like, share, and subscribe. Really appreciate it. Have a great day. 73.